Hey there, everyone. Suzanne Tudline here, brand clarity expert, and we are in the Ignite My Personal Brand Membership Consortium Zoom call. Say hi, everyone. This is Tiffany. We got Katie. We're waiting on a few others to join us, but this is our Zoom call, which means that I'm going to just talk about a topic real quick and maybe give some suggestions and get you guys thinking about some things, and then I'm going to open it up for Q&A, and we're going to literally just answer any questions you might have around what's going on in your brand, any dilemmas, any situations that you want some expert advice on, and we can brainstorm a little bit and just solve some problems for you. So that's the benefit of this membership, is to use me as your coach 2 times a month, one on Zoom and one on the live Facebook. I just like a little variety. And just want to introduce you to my backyard. Isn't this beautiful? It's like an Ansel Adams backyard, but in color, right? I just thought, why not have this scenery back here, the great outdoors? You might see a bear walking by. If you do, let me know. So the thing I wanted to bring up, and it's been on my mind for a while, is to talk about a topic that you're probably not that familiar with in terms of brands, but you'll get it as soon as I start talking about it and realize where you can begin applying it. And the concept is called brand voice. Brand voice. And it's not necessarily a jingle or a song or music or whatever you might have, like people hear in a sound sort of sequence way, but in more of a narrative. Like, what is your brand voice and how do you speak to your markets? When you look at your website, when you read through that content and that copy, is it your voice or is it some professional copywriter's voice that doesn't sound like you when they're on the phone with you or when you're actually transacting with them? So I just wanted to get you thinking about what that conversational voice is. And those of you that have gone through my personal brand program and have fleshed out your brand's DNA, I want you to really go back to those workbooks in your DNA template and look at your style attributes. And those style attributes are going to be very, very helpful in helping you define the brand voice that you have. And I have a really fun, I have a tax accountant that is so funny, and he writes his newsletters in a voice or a tone with so much humor and silliness. It seems a little incongruent for a tax CPA person to have that kind of personality, but I love these guys. And I just wanted to just read off a real quick email, just a beginning and an end on how they open some of their notes to their clients. So this is, I think his name is Jason. Yeah, Jason. He says, this is a blanket email to all of our clients, friends, family, and concerned taxpayers. And he has a little smiley face. Many of you have already sent us your tax stuff, and it has been extremely riveting and in some cases entertaining. But those of you who have yet to send us your tax stuff and who intend to use the Watson CPA Group for their tax preparation needs, please read on. And he goes through some of this stuff. And then at the end, he says, as we look ahead to 2019, yes, 2019, we want to connect with everyone needing income modeling, blah, 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 blah. And remember, we have a mid-course correction between poolside reading and dirt bike riding. So they're constantly just infusing humor into their narrative to their clients that then you get to know them on a more personal level and more human. They're not just these robots back there just, doing paperwork and, number crunching all the time. So this is something I just wanted to kind of infuse in your brains and get you thinking about what your narrative is and how does that show up in what you post on Facebook, what your pages are looking like and reading like on your websites, any landing pages you might have, your emails. If you send out newsletters, what is a fun opening? Not even fun, because you don't even have to go there. It's whatever your style attributes would dictate you become so that people get to know you a little bit better. So with that in mind, I would like over the next 2 weeks, you guys think about that and and start kind of manipulating or editing or, creating some slight change that would be more in alignment with your personal brand style. And let me know about that. Go ahead and post it in the Facebook page. Hopefully all of you have tagged that page. And if you're not posting in there, I really would like you to get used to getting in there and posting and using this as a forum to get advice. I mean, think of this as your brand coach in your back pocket whenever you need any kind of business brand advice. So that's what I want you to use this for. So what I'm going to do now is just, if anything's come to mind for you at this point, just open it up with any questions that I can help flesh out and solve some problems. If there's anything going on, let's open it up. Anyone?
I think for me, oh, Tiffany, are you talking?
Nope.
Oh, for me, I think I do all of the above. I have a website, I have my Facebook posts, I do an email once a month to my customers. So it is interesting. Sometimes I'm like in a hurry and I'm just putting stuff out there. And then other times I find that I tend to go too formal, and that's totally not me. So
Right.
Trying to find moments where I can kind of be more of me. I try and include some photos of myself, my family, get that in there because I think that's important. I know I'm in a competitive marketplace, and so I know I'm not going to appeal to everyone. So I'm trying to be as clear on who I am, but sometimes I probably need to reread some of that stuff and just, I have this thing.
Yeah, so tell us your brand style attributes. Yeah. You've got good for you.
I know, really. But do I know what the style attribute part is? Yes, I do. See, it's written there. Adventurous, passionate, humorous, approachable, and spontaneous.
Nice. So all of those could be, even just those terms could be peppered into some of your writings. Like, let's get spontaneous, or I know you guys are passionate like I am, or, speak directly to them utilizing some of those terms. And if you'll look at your definitions of those terms that you also created, you'll find even more content around what those words mean for you.
Right.
So you're going to create more relevancy for them as well. Because, when it comes down to it, we're really attracting those prospects that are very similar to us and our core values. And those are our best clients. So they're going to relate to all of that.
Yeah, I'm writing my notes so that I reread and do this.
Me too. I have your book, and I have my notes open. And
Great. Have you done those activities yet, Tiffy?
No, that's why I have.
That's right.
Because I was like, I want that. I want to have my differentiators up there. I want to know exactly. And usually when I meet somebody, I can tell, like,
Yes.
but I haven't narrowed down what it is about them that's similar to me that I like. Like I don't. So I was thinking that when you were talking, Katie, I was thinking that was great. You had yours, you knew exactly what it was. And then I liked, Suzanne, that you said to look at the definition of those, and then you can dive even more into verbiage and also the true meaning of what it means. Passionate can mean a lot of different things. Adventurous can mean a lot of different things.
So one of my core values is consciousness. I value consciousness. And to me, that means it's really about being aware. I lean into those people who seem highly aware of just what's going on. They're emotionally intelligent, right? They're almost empathic. They sense things. They're respectful because they get what's going on around in their environments. And if you've got a value such as that, or whatever your value is, you can actually begin to create quotes and posts on Facebook in that space, in that voice, right? So people really begin to then get a sense of where you stand and what you're leaning into. And I can't express enough how powerful that could be, just 1 or 2 times a week, creating those particular quotes to create a value position in the minds of your market. You might not get engagement on those posts. You might get just some likes. That's great, but you're having an opportunity to expose and create thought, compelling thought with someone in relationship to you. And that's what brand awareness is about, right?
I think I did really good at that when I was going through the workshop, and then I kind of like slack off. Sometimes I get like in a hurry, and then I'm not being conscious of how I'm representing myself. So it's really good to stop and take a look at that. I know I just came off a really busy weekend of, sales and things like that with my business. And so sometimes, like when I go live, that's me. You can't really fake that.
Right.
But the rest of the times, I'm forgetting to utilize all of that I've spent so much time getting clear on who I am and what my brand is. And so I need to just incorporate that more. So being really clear, it's really good.
Baby steps, it's just being, as much as you can, be conscious, and you've got it printed out and it's sitting in your office. Make a point to glance at it every day. Remember those daily manifestation sheets?
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
They're up here, right there.
Yeah. So that helps you get in, and that's why I introduced them early on in the program, because it helps you get into that consistency state and getting it ingrained in your brain, so that 6 months out, you don't even have to go back to that, because you got it. And you're stepping into that unconscious. Just start again with baby steps. And I have one client right now, I've asked her to read just one definition a day. Just read through it and think about it all day long. And how are you expressing and becoming that? And that's how people get to know you, right? And it's just over time, in those repeatable actions and behaviors, in your narrative, right? Your voice. Like they could be in a room, or they could be in another group discussion, and someone might say something that triggers my mind. Oh, Katie would say that, and that's how well I want you to be known for being you.
Yeah.
Powerful.
And I can think there are other people that I think of that way, right? I just know, oh my gosh, that would be totally her. Or yeah.
Or you would get along with such and such so well because you guys have the same, and I know that because I know you're being consistent in how you're showing up. So I'm filing your personality away in a particular file folder that's Katie, instead of a commodity file folder of just people that are diluted because they're everybody else.
That's so good, because you forget, you want to stand out in people's minds for something specific.
Yes.
Not that, oh my gosh, there's just so much out there. So yeah, that's a good way of looking at that.
Yeah, so that's why it's so important just to be so brand conscious, and I always add strategic and deliberate, right? And that's what creates differentiation, just by doing that, right? You may not list it in your differentiators, but you yourself are as different as a snowflake, right? Everybody's personality is a combination of a bunch of different things that create a unique set that I get to then file away as Katie or as Tiffy, right? So it's really, this is about ownership and owning what you know to be true about who you are, and in taking that on and being really consistent and proud of it and kind of showcase it.
Oh my gosh, I just saw a bald eagle fly by.
Did you? There he goes.
Good tips. And, I loved the whole workshop. I'm so glad I did the whole thing. And this is such an honor to be invited to be part of this, because it's one of those things. It's like, if I'm not using it, that was a waste. And
right.
I know it. It's clear. I just need to go back and start doing little pieces again and again and again, so that it's there all the time. And I'm conscious of every step I'm posting and my emails and the whole bit.
Right. One of my videos I had, I think at the very beginning, was called Brand Confidence. And we talked a lot about being so confident that you don't have to ask the peanut gallery, the audience out there, your audiences, anybody you interact with, for making decisions on certain things. And one of my examples was some gal was asking for an example of, she had a bunch of logo designs and she wanted the public who she didn't know, who didn't know her, to pick a logo. Oh my gosh. Let's get you confident. Let's get you standing in that power, putting the stake in the ground and saying, I know my brand. I know this is it. Right? And then begin living it and delivering on that promise every day. And that's what's so powerful about personal branding, right? What else is going on? What other things are happening that you want to chat about? We've got a few more minutes. Or if this is it, this is it. But what else can I help you with? I want to take advantage of the time we have.
That's funny. I was thinking of something this week that I was going to write down so I'd be ready to go through it with you. And now I don't remember what I wrote, what it was. It's that my spontaneity, messy chaos in my desk.
I know there's sticky notes like everywhere in your office.
I'm using Trello now. I'm so organized. I just wrote my brand DNA Trello board now. So
create a little column for Ignite My Personal Brand Membership Consortium and put your notes in there, your questions, whenever things come up.
Good idea.
That would be great.
Okay.
Have you heard of Simplero?
Who are you asking?
Anybody? Yeah.
Yeah, I work in Simplero a lot.
Okay. Do you work with Susan Epstein?
I don't. I know who she is.
Okay.
But I haven't. Yeah, I was talking to somebody about a position with her, actually, but it was a lot of hours, and I wasn't sure I wanted to commit to that many hours. But I've heard good things about her. I know about her. I've heard really good things about her.
Yeah, you just mentioned Simplero the other day, and as a software program to help you coordinate and organize, and I think it's a contact management system.
So what it is that you have, a website, your email, your website, and like any programs that you were to have, you can have those on the site, and people can have memberships to that where they have their own login and password.
Access landing pages. Okay.
Programs and stuff. It's not even like landing pages. It's a course. Like you can do courses.
Okay. I need to research that a little bit. It might be something that I could be utilizing with all my courses and stuff.
Yeah.
Think about that, Tiffany. Let me know what you think, and I'll do some research too. Katie, Tiffany is my VA.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've heard about you. Yay.
Yeah. And she's an entrepreneur, starting her own business. And, she's read the book and she's been with me this whole time and really getting ready to take off.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I got asked this last week, the day before Thanksgiving, if I wanted to like go into business with somebody else who does bookkeeping. And I do a lot of social media management, and I'll do, I work in the emails for you, and she doesn't do that. She doesn't do that. So what she does is completely different from what I do. And she was asking me if I wanted to join forces and create a new, I just don't know. I don't know that I'm a strong enough personality even to be able to, stay true to who I am and go with, she's a lot stronger personality than me. I'm not even sure how that would go.
I think you just answered your question.
You can see it in your face. Yeah.
Well, she's also a go-getter more than me.
She can refer.
And she's she research the heck out of stuff. And, she's always trying, she pushes. And I like that about her. That appeals to me about her.
Here's what I would suggest you consider is not going into a legal JV or any sort of legal a relationship at this point. And I would create some sort of an affiliate program where you guys are referring each other back and forth and see how that relationship works. Get to know her a little bit better. You get a little bit more mature in your business and your brand and understand that so that you can feel secure and confident, put that stake in the ground. and give it a year. You know, it's always going to, you know, there'll always be opportunities like that.
Yeah, because I mean, this is not against her, it's her personality, but right away she's like, you could join my business and have my business name if you like that. And I was like, oh, I'm not gonna just like drop my thing that I'm doing, that I'm in love with and I've created, and it's something to me, it's sentimental to me.
Yeah. What is she really looking for? Because it doesn't make any sense for me to think about her asking you to join forces with her if you don't do what she does. It's not within her skill set.
Well, that's what she wants. She wants us to have different skills, and so that when we get a new client, she does their bookkeeping and I do something else, and we're offering as a team to take care of everything for that individual, essentially. And you know, she hadn't worked out all the kinks and details, but
Yeah, I would keep it on the sidelines. Feel free to observe each other through referral.
yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, and retain your own brand. You've worked hard to build it, and get a foothold. You know, create a footprint, and then you may even be able to sell it at some point. You know.
And that's where her end game is how can we create something where we're not, you know, having to work more, you know, kind of like, you know, like what Katie does. You have, I imagine, a team, you know, and you don't necessarily have to work more hours to make more money. Something like that. That was something else I was thinking about this week, was just, I don't want to get into something like that until I'm really consistent, really know what my brand is, because I don't want to lose who I am and what I'm doing.
Right. If it's not something you were already searching for and you were hoping, you know, like maybe you could have manifested that approach coming to you, I would really do your due diligence before stepping into anything legally. Trust me, I've been in partnerships before, and, you know, you got to do your homework first. But trust that another opportunity would come along when you are ready and you are more confident and you've got really a stake in the ground to create a position that is equal, or whatever proportion of the business you're wanting, right? And you can stand up for that. So I think you're doing great with your particular service that you're offering right now. You're probably looking at where you're wanting to find the niche and what your superpower is really, and do more of that in the VA world.
Yep. Trying to find what I like to do. I got asked to do some weird stuff. It's not, you know, and it's not that I don't know how. It's that I was like, that's not what I offer in my business.
Yeah.
That, you know, it's different advice. You know,
Right.
I'm asking you completely different advice than what you're offering. And you might have some thoughts on the subject, but you're not going to, it's not what they're paying you for.
Exactly. It's not in my wheelhouse, you know, and I stay in my lane, and I do my lane really well. And, you know, if you can hone in on what that is for you, it could be 5 key things you do to help businesses run, you know, and those top 5 things are pretty much it. And then you've got a referral base that you can farm out, recommend to your other clients.
Yeah.
Have you done the values work yet, and the style work?
What do you mean
exactly?
book?
The fleshing out your core values and brand style attributes yet from the book?
Just not, I haven't, you know, I have a hard time doing it on my own. I need my husband. I can read it and think it through a million times. I need someone to, you know, go through it with me, kind of, maybe have my husband sit there with me and banter with him about it, you know.
Because you don't trust yourself, or what is it that you need someone else's opinion?
I process things verbally.
Mm-hmm.
I talk about it a lot and think of, you know, I don't know. It's not that I don't trust what I think. It's almost like I have to say it and hear it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. And I have been doing that some with the person who was helping me build my website.
Great.
Well, she's not helping me build my website. She's doing it for me so she can use it on her portfolio.
Great. Well, make sure you get those outputs then peppered into your narrative when you begin to write that content for how you show up, who you are, what you lean into, and what your differentiators are, because those are, there's a million VAs out there, and you really want to carve out what that lane is for you.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wrote down. Like,
Great.
My differentiators, what I want to be known for. When people say my name, what do I want that feeling to be in their mind?
Mm-hmm.
When they think about me, those are really what I'm going to be focusing on when I write my website.
Mm-hmm. So one of my core values also is actually style attribute is efficiency. And I know that it's a value or even part of my style because I look for efficiencies in everything. And I get upset when I see wasted time. I get it, even my husband, I get upset to see him make 3 trips back to the dinner table and constantly forget to bring things over, right? And it's like right there. Or waiters and waitresses I noticed that. So I know it's an issue. And so part of my voice, my brand voice, is about efficiencies. Let's get conscious, strategic, and deliberate. Let's show up clear. Clarity is the basis for action, right? What are we wasting time on? We're wasting time on fog because we're not clear. We can't take action when we're not clear, right? So that's just an example. When I talk about what it is that I do, let's get you going. I don't have the patience to waste any more time. I don't know if you do in terms of a prospect, right? I would ask them, but I'm about efficiency. Let's get this thing handled. And people who gravitate to efficiency love that. So I want you to really think about, what do you gravitate for? Like, what are you standing for as a VA? What do you want all businesses to have? It could be efficiencies. It could be processes. It could be, I don't know what it is, right? That's what I mean by that voice. Now figure out what those terms are and then define those terms and then start peppering into your narrative. Is that clicking for you?
Yes, it is. Actually, I'm writing down what you said.
Good. All right. Anything else that I can help you with? No. All right. This has been, about a 40 minute session. That's pretty good. So as we move along, we'll get more topics on the table. We'll talk about more things because we'll have more people and more variety of situations. It's really valuable to carve out some time and sit in on this, contribute, brainstorm, learn. I want these to be very, very efficient and high value. So thank you guys for attending this and spending some time with me on this. And please feel free to comment in the Facebook page itself when you've got something come up. I look at it regularly. I'll answer questions on the fly as well. So was this valuable for both of you?
100%, definitely.
Great.
I made so many notes.
How about you, Katie?
Yeah, that was good. I forgot I was on mute. So yeah. No, it's really good. I'm typing up my notes while I'm sitting here because, don't want to waste time being very efficient. But I'm writing my style attributes and everything right there on my Trello board. And I'm going to keep everything in one place so it's more visual, because it's easier for me sitting here to open that than it is my binder that I have everything in. But I'm going to go through that and spend some time, like at least once a week, just set aside an hour and go through a few things.
It'll do you good.
Yeah.
It really will. And you may not notice it like right away, but you'll notice a flow happening, ease and flow in your life as you're getting more and more conscious of this, because you're going to be then manifesting the experience that's relevant to that. Make sense? It's exciting. It really works. It's really powerful.
Good.
All right, ladies, thanks again. So 2 more weeks, we'll have a live Facebook call. Okay, so it's going to be on Facebook, on the Facebook page. So I'll remind everybody and we'll do it there. And then the following 2 weeks, we'll be back on Zoom and share everybody's faces and have some conversation. Make sense?
Like the reminders, by the way. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. You're welcome. Hopefully I won't be in the Arctic Circle
Oh, that's right.
I need to check my calendar.
Yeah, that'd
I
be
have to have a
cool.
new background.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, thanks. Have a great afternoon.
Yeah, you guys too. Thank you again for joining me. And you'll see this online if you want to review it later. Okay.
Hey.
Ciao, ciao. Happy
Bye.
holidays.